Hello, wonderful people. Through my reading of the Bible and through a dream that I had over 7 years ago, I have come to realize that most, if not all people, experience reincarnation. First, let's explore what reincarnation is. Reincarnation is a religious or philosophical belief that the soul or spirit, after biological death, begins a new life in a new body that may be human, animal, or spiritual, depending on the moral quality of the previous life. FootNote, Google search engine. In the Bible, Jesus was crucified, died, buried, and returned to life, appearing to Mary in the garden. In the Bible, in the scriptures, this action was referred to as resurrection. Noun, resurrection, the action or fact of resurrecting or being resurrected, the story of resurrection of Osiris, similarly, raising from the dead, restoration to life, raising from the dead, in Christian belief, Christ's rising from the dead. Raising from the dead, restoration to life, rising from the dead, return from the dead. In Christian belief, the rising of the dead at the last judgment. FootNote, Google search engine. Noun, the resurrection. Before getting to my dream, the reason that I've used so many images of India is primarily their belief in reincarnation. The dream. Approximately 7 years ago, I had a dream that there were 3 infants that were my sons. The baby that had been born was already to the left of me, signifying that he had already been born. In my arms, I was holding an infant, and to my right, there was another infant yet to be born. I wondered how I was going to take care and raise 3 children. How was I going to father these sons, especially since I was divorced and well into my 40s? I thought, it is God's will. I'll leave it up to God. Several years passed, and I still wondered about my sons. I hadn't gotten remarried. I wasn't dating anyone. I even thought of adopting babies. Maybe God wanted me to save 3 infant lives. Then, one day, when I was thinking about the dream I had, somehow through osmosis, I realized that the babies weren't my sons. Somehow I knew, with great ferocity, that these babies represented 3 lives that I had experienced. The first infant that had been born and who was off to the left in semi-darkness represented a life of mine that I had lived in the past. I don't know the time frame, who I was, or what life I lived. The infant that I held was the life that I was currently living. Again, this knowledge I knew with great ferocity. The infant that was off to the right in semi-darkness was a life that I was yet to live, a life of mine that was in the future. A dream, a knowledge of mine that foretold of a life of reincarnation. Imagine my wonderment, my sadness, as I don't want to return to this world. My soul is tired. I don't know of the life that I'll live, or if somehow I'll return to this particular family line. Thank you for watching and listening. Let's continue.